locked in. Do me a favor and share the live to your stories if you could, please. Yeah, share the live to your stories. Last night was one of those ones. Share the live to your stories for me, you guys, if you would. Thank you so much. Good morning, good morning, good morning. D, good morning. Good morning to you all. Yep, share the story, share the live to your stories for me, you guys, if you would. I greatly appreciate it. The one from yesterday morning, that'll be in the community as well. The one from yesterday morning. Hey, what's up, Kay? So good to see you, Mama. The one from yesterday morning will be in the posted in the community as well. That was a good one as well. Two different energies, but they were both good. They were both good. Yeah, they were both good. Got my Tara in the building. What's going on? Hey, KY. What's going on, KY? So good to see you all. Let me get this. Let's get rolling, you guys. Let's get rolling. You guys keep the likes going so that we can get our visibility up, so more people can come in and get the medicine that they need. We all need medicine. You're either looking for the medicine or you have become the medicine. And if you have become the medicine, what a wonderful blessing you are. You are either looking for medicine or you have become the medicine. All right. Let me just, before we take off on this live, let me just, put your seatbelts on. Bring your A game on this one. Bring your A game. Bring that A-level mindset. Penthouse mentality, kingdom mindset. Let me say this to you guys. And we've talked about this before, but it's just so important to kind of bring it back front of mind. We are all doing life for the very first time. Just get locked in on that today. Give yourself some grace today. We are all doing life for the very first time. There was no instruction manual. There was no blueprint. People didn't know how to stop living out of their yesterdays. People didn't know how to stop living out of their trauma. People were trying to figure out how to, stop living out of their programming and conditioning. And you came in contact with some of those people. And when you came in contact with some of those people, they projected the unhealed versions of themselves onto you. And that's how you got hurt. It wasn't something that they were doing intentionally. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Okay, the unaware person is always forgiven by God because he or she is asleep. They don't know what they're doing. Only the self-aware person, which is 1% of the people on the face of this earth, only the self-aware person knows what they're doing. Everyone else is moving through life, doing what's in their best interest, right? Focusing on what they need, right? Focusing on their desires and their attachments and their programming and conditioning and what's in their best interest and all of those things. Give yourself some grace, please. Stop stressing yourself out trying to predict what's going to happen in the next moment. Stop creating all of your anxiety and worry, being attached to all of these outcomes. Stay in the present moment because that's where your power lives. That's where God is. That's where truth is. That's where reality is. The best of everything that you are can only be found in this moment. It can't be found in any other moment, which means that it makes no sense for you to focus on yesterday. Okay? Yesterday is not hanging on to you. You are holding on to yesterday. So all of your suffering is coming because you're hanging on to something that no longer serves you. You're hanging on to something that you can't change the outcome of this particular situation. You're focusing on what's going to happen in the next moment because someone has convinced you that the next moment will always be better than the one that you're in right now. We are all doing life for the very first time. You're going to encounter people that project the unhealed versions of themselves onto you. You're going to encounter people that project their trauma onto you. You're going to encounter people that are projecting their pain onto you. Give people some grace. They don't know what they're doing. Your ego has convinced you that they know what they're doing, and they don't know what they're doing. If you're not fully awakened, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know the pain that your actions are causing other people. That's only your programming and conditioning that has you convinced that this person knows what they're doing. If they knew that they were hurting something that God created, they would never do that in that moment. That their ego has them convinced because they're living out of their ego personality in that moment. Their ego has them convinced that it's all about them in that moment. It has nothing to do with you. Understand that. That's number one. Number two, most importantly, your life plays out exactly like a movie. No difference. You are the director. You are the producer of that movie. Every single person in your movie is only playing the role that you assigned. There's not a single person in your life right now that you didn't assign them some role, whatever that role is that you assign to that person. It's the only way that that person can be in your life. And so if that person is disrespecting you, you signed off on it. If they're abusing you, you signed off on it. If they're giving you less than you deserve, you signed off on it. Anything that that person is doing in that moment, they only have the power that you give them. There's not a single person in your life right now that can be there without your permission, which means that if you're receiving less than you deserve, you signing off on it. If the person is disrespecting you, you're signing off on it. If they're not loving you, not showing up for you, not communicating with you, you are signing off on it all. It's your movie. You're the director. You are responsible for removing people. You are responsible for adding people. And your ability to add or subtract people will determine the quality of the movie. It will determine whether or not you enjoy the movie. If you don't like the movie, point at the director. If you don't like the movie, go talk to the director. Stop talking to the characters in the movie and talk to the director, because he or she is responsible for the quality of the movie and no one else. No one else. I don't even want to talk to the actors. They only have the power that you give them. They can only play the role that you assign. They don't have any more power than the power that you give them. So you're giving them the power to hurt you. You're giving them the power to disrespect you. You're giving them the power because you've given them the platform. The platform is created and controlled by you, not by them. Number three, self-observation. You have to understand everything that's happening in you and around you at all times. That's what self-observation is all about. It's about understanding what's happening in you and around you at all times. Again, you are the director of your life. What's happening in the movie? Whatever you don't like that's happening in the movie, you got to change it. You ain't got time to be complaining. Complaining energy is weak energy. Don't waste your time complaining about what you don't like. Invest that energy into changing the thing that you're complaining about to begin with. But you never, ever, ever complain, because a complaint is a punishment that you give yourself for something that you don't like in your life. Why would you waste your time complaining? Who are you complaining to? Think about what I'm saying. You're the director, so who are you complaining to? Instead of wasting your time complaining, lowering your vibrational frequency, blocking happiness's presence in your life, blocking love's presence in your life, because you're wasting all your time complaining when you should be investing all of that energy into changing the thing that you don't like, that you're complaining about to begin with. I ain't got time to complain. Whatever I need to become a master at removing what no longer adds value to me. You have to become a master at removing what no longer serves you. Become a master at removing who's disrespecting you. Become a master at removing the person that's not loving you. That's your job. No one else has that assignment. No one else has the power to change the characters in your movie except for you. So whatever you don't change, you are choosing. Coach, I don't like my life. You the director. Why don't you like it? What needs to change? Even if the thing that needs to change is the version of you that no longer serves you, we got to change that. We got to remove the version of yourself that accepts less than you should. We need to remove the version of yourself that doesn't have a growth mindset. We need to remove the version of yourself that's not loving you. We need to remove the version of yourself that turns down the volume on your voice and shrinks in the moment so that you can hang on to this person. We got some stuff we got to get rid of. Man, we got to clean house. It is time to clean house. I said clean house. You walk around here talking about you don't like your life. What do you mean you don't have your life? You ain't got but one. God didn't ask you to take care of all 8 billion lives. He asked you to take care of the one that he gave you. And we fail at that. How we can't get the one right? Now I can understand you coming to me, coach. Well, damn, coach, God told me to be responsible for all 8 billion people. I would understand why you stressed out. I would understand why you depressed. I would understand why you unhappy. It makes all the sense in the world. I'm like, damn, God gave you a hell of an assignment. But that's not the case. He told you to take care of the one life. He didn't ask you to cure cancer. He didn't ask you to end homelessness. He didn't ask you to feed all the hungry people in this world. He asked you to take care of yourself. And we fail at that. We fail at that. The easiest thing in the world is to take care of you. The hardest thing in the world is to be something that you are not. Stop pretending. Get all of the pretending out of your life. Stop pretending to be happy when you're not. Stop pretending that you got your life all together when you're not. Stop creating these versions of yourself that you present in the world and on social media, trying to trick people into believing that you're more successful than you really are. And take that energy and build yourself. You are the business. You are the asset, not the things that you have, not the cars, clothes, and jewelry, not the houses or the apartments, none of those things, not what's in your bank account, none of those things are the asset. You produce it all. Which means that you are the human manifestation of value. Wait a minute. We disrespecting life now. Hold up, we disrespecting life now. Hold on, we disrespecting all of life right now. I said you are the human manifestation of value. That's not a play on words. That's not philosophy. That's not bumper sticker talk. Oh, coach, we should make a bumper sticker out of that. It's not bumper sticker talk. I'm telling you about your life. You are the human manifestation of value. Only thing you do is produce value. You can produce kids. You can produce houses. You can produce businesses. You can produce opportunities for others. You can inspire people. You can motivate people. You can protect people. You are value, man. Man, you better start acting like it. Get all of these low quality people away from you. I told you guys, when you pull up to that gas station, there's only 3 types of gas that you can purchase. You got 87 octane, 89 octane, 93 octane. There's only 3. You are a Ferrari. You only take premium gasoline. Get all of these 87 octane people out of your life, man. I need 93 caliber people in my life. That's it. You sit here in the Ferrari putting $2 worth of gas in the car. You sit here in the Ferrari putting 87 octane in it and expecting and wondering why you're not performing at the highest level. You didn't handed this person the keys to the Ferrari. They ain't never been in nothing more than a Hyundai. Yeah, take the Ferrari. They don't know how to drive your life. They can't take their life where they want to take it. How they going to take you somewhere that they have never been? Stop handing the keys to who you are to other people. Because this person then tricked you into believing that they're successful because they got a car payment from Mercedes-Benz, and they sit here with bad credit, driving around in the Mercedes-Benz, and then tricked you into believing that they can take you somewhere that they have never been themselves. But you better wake up. See, we get caught up on the show. Oh, he got a Benz. Oh, he got a car payment. Oh, he got a mansion. No, he got a car payment. And I can promise you, when you're not around, he's stressed out on how to pay it. When you're not around, she's stressed out on how to pay it. Promise you that. It's none of what you think it is behind the scenes. People sell you the highlight reel. They don't give you the behind the scenes. You bought the highlight reel. The highlight reel is never the movie. Come on, Malaysia. You got somebody with a Mercedes-Benz with no self-awareness. To her point, that's a terrible combination. You got the Mercedes-Benz and no self-awareness. That's a terrible combination. And I'm going to tell you why it's terrible. Because your value is in the car. Your whole identity is wrapped up in that car. Without that car, you feel like you're nothing. Without that car, you feel like you're not enough. Without that car, you feel like you can't go and do and be who you are. It's that car that's making you feel confident. It's that car that's making you feel powerful. But without the car, who are you? Whole identity wrapped up in the car. You taking pictures in front of the car and posting it all on social media, shooting videos in the car. Damn that car. You produce the car. The car should be taking pictures with you. What you taking pictures with the car for? The value is you. That's what you got to understand. You are the value. People benefit from you, man. That's what you don't understand. Anytime somebody walks up to you, it's because they see benefit there. They see value there. There's some need that they have that they think you can fill. That's why they approached you. You think a person just approaching you because they just want to change your life? No, a person wants to change their life utilizing you. Ah, you didn't catch that. You didn't catch that one. I know you didn't catch it. You didn't catch that. Some of you guys caught it. Some of you guys didn't. D, I know you got it. Oh yeah, let me get. We're doing self-awareness today, but this isn't it. This isn't it. I'm just on one right now. This isn't it. Marriage of faith. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, we just shadow boxing right now. We just having appetizers right now. That's all. This is just the appetizers. That's it. Everything is fine. Nothing is broken. Nothing is missing. Only thing is missing is your mindset. That's the only thing that's making you think something's wrong with you is your mindset. It's the only thing that's making you think that happiness is somewhere else is your mindset. It's the only thing that's making you not love yourself in this moment is your mindset. It's just your mindset. It's all mindset. We don't understand that. Nobody teaches us that. We get taught to go chase things. We get taught to chase success, chase people, chase all of these things. You chasing people and people are chasing other people. Make that make sense. The person you chasing is chasing somebody. All right, let's get busy getting busy. Let's get busy getting busy. Hey, what's up, Moni? So good to see you, mama. All right, this is in the community, and I know a lot of you guys aren't in the Mindset Masters community, but in the community, we have something called sip this, don't drink it, right? And this is where I write something, you know, and it's something that's usually so profound that you really got to take your time, right? You don't want to just gulp this down. You got to really take your time and sit with this. So today is all about self-awareness. Is what we're touching on right now. And this, in my opinion, when you get it, will solve everything. It at least put you on the journey of solving all of your mental, emotional, spiritual, you know, problems. Everything goes out the window when you understand this. All right, here we go. Put your seatbelt on. Just relax. Slow your thinking all the way down. Just relax. We can really go. This is penthouse level conversation here. Nothing outside of you is the problem. Nothing. Nothing outside of you is the problem. You are the problem. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world to really understand. Nothing outside, I don't care what you name, nothing outside of you is the problem. You are the problem. You're also the solution, and that's the good news. So you don't need to focus anywhere else. You don't need to try to change your significant other. Don't waste your energy there. You don't need to try to change your boss. Don't waste your energy there. You don't need to try to change reality. Don't waste your energy there. You don't need to change anything. You just need to change you. And when you change, everything around you changes. Why? Because your perspective changes. The meaning that you attach to things changes. The story that you create in your mind changes. Your beliefs change. When you change, the way you see the world changes. You don't need to change the person, because if you try to change the person and you don't change yourself, you still stuck. The person changed, but you're still the same. So the one that needs to change is you. That's it. So one more time, nothing outside of you is the problem. You are the problem. Not because you're bad, not because you're broken, but because you keep believing a voice in your head that says, life is only okay when it goes my way. You're stuck because you keep believing the voice in your head that has told you and sold you the story that life is only okay when everything goes your way. You're not suffering because of what happened. We're going to stop living out of that lie. You are not suffering because of what happened. You're suffering because you're resisting what happened. You're suffering because you are rejecting what happened. You don't want to accept what happened. That's where the suffering is coming from. It ain't got nothing to do with the situation. The situation has no power. The situation only has the power that you give it. There's no power. Nothing outside of you has power. You give everything its power. You give everything its meaning. So you're not suffering because of what happened. You're suffering because you're resisting what happened. And the resistance to what is what produces all of the negative feelings in you. It blocks love's presence in you. It blocks happiness's presence in you. It blocks joy's presence in you. It's blocking everything in you. But reality is not doing that to you. God is not doing that to you. You are doing that to you. Because what happened didn't match the blueprint that you built in your mind regarding how you think things should be. I said what happened did not match the blueprint that you created in your mind regarding how you think things should be. And when life doesn't follow that script that you created, you don't pause, you protest. You upset yourself anytime that life doesn't match that blueprint that you created in your mind. You resist, you don't accept, you protest, and then you upset yourself. Where's the wisdom in that? I'm just asking. I'm not asking you to change anything. I'm just asking you, where is the wisdom in you upsetting yourself because reality doesn't fit the blueprint that you created in your mind about how you think things should be? Tell me what the wisdom is in all of that. What's hurting you is the fact that you keep telling yourself, I should be further ahead than where I am right now, coach. Ooh. Let's have a truth moment real quick. How many of you guys have said that to yourself? Just type yes in the comments if you have. This is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge here. Okay, this is not courtroom TV. We don't do no judging here. That's okay. Got it. One more time. When life doesn't follow the script that you created, you don't pause, you protest. You upset yourself. What's hurting you is the fact that you keep telling yourself, I should be further ahead than where I am right now. They shouldn't have left me, coach. They shouldn't have left me. This isn't fair. Why is this happening to me? This isn't what I signed up for, coach. I'm in this relationship, but this isn't what I signed up for. You don't see what's going on here? Do you not see what's going on here? You have created a story. What's hurting you is not the situation. The situation doesn't have the power to hurt you. What's hurting you is the story that you keep rehearsing in your mind about what you don't like about reality because it doesn't fit your blueprint. Instead of creating the story, change the thing that you don't like. We ain't got time to create stories. Whatever you are creating the story about, take action. That's what God created you to do. Not sit around and look at your life and not like your life and start creating stories and start punishing yourself. We ain't got time for that. Because now you can't take action. Because when you create the story, the emotions that you experience live in the stories that you tell yourself. Every time you create a story, you lower your vibrational frequency. Every time you create a story, you unlock the negative emotion. Every time you create a story, you block happiness's presence in your life. Every time you create a story, you block love's presence in your life. That's where all your power is. So now you got no power. You sitting here powerless, feeling like a victim in your own life. We got time to be creating no stories, man. Take action. And if you don't take action, you are choosing your situation. You don't blame the person. The person is only being who they are. You don't blame reality. Reality is neutral. Reality only has the meaning that you give it. It's neutral in the whole situation. It can't make you happy. It can't make you sad. It's only going to make you the story that you create about it. Can't do anything more for you. God created you to be a creator, to create your experiences, to build the life that you want. How can you build the life that you want when you're sitting around complaining about it all day? That's the problem. You don't take action. You complain. That's wasted time and energy. Because the same energy that it takes me to complain about the situation is the same energy that it would have taken me to change the thing that I was complaining about to begin with. Man, you got to start taking action. Nothing can be in your life without your permission. That's a diamond hard fact. There's not a single thing that can be in your life without your permission. You've given me permission to be in your life right now. I can't just jump into your life. Those stories that you create, that you continue to rehearse, are doing more damage to you than any person you have ever called an enemy in the history of your life. I said the stories that you've created about the parts of your life that you don't like are doing more damage to you than any person you have ever called an enemy in the history of your life. The true enemy in your life is your inner me. Not anything external, just your inner me. Life doesn't care about your script. It doesn't care about your script. And the man-made blueprint that you're clinging to is built on fear, fantasy, culture, religion, ego, just not truth. You don't see the problem with that? Let me say that one more time. Life doesn't care about your script. It will never fit into your script, which is why self-awareness is so important. And the man-made blueprint that you're clinging to is built by fear, fantasy, culture, religion, your ego, but not truth. So that's what's even worse. The script that you created in your mind, it's not even based on truth. It's based on your desires. It's based on your attachments. It's based on your needs. It's based on your wants, just not truth. You don't want to experience life. You want to control it. That's the problem. You're so busy trying to control life that you're not experiencing it. And when life doesn't go your way, you blame the world, you blame your partner, you blame God, but you never blame you. You don't blame the one that created the program. You're blaming everything that doesn't conform to the program. You don't see the problem with that? Let me tell you something that part right there. That part right there. I love what you just said. Blaming is something that we do out of lower mind. Blaming in and of itself is a problem, right? Again, I don't have time to blame, right? I don't have time to create stories. I need to remove. That's what self-observation is all about in awareness. Self-observation is about you becoming the master at removing what no longer works for you. That's not you being, evil. It's not you being some hard or cold person. I have to let go of everything that no longer serves me so that I can continue to level up in life. But if I keep holding on to what's no longer serving me, I'm gonna stay stuck in life. So I'm gonna either choose growth or I'm gonna choose to hang on to level 2 with this person or with this thing or with this situation and stunt my own growth. No, I have to become a master at letting go of what no longer works for me, at what no longer serves me. Sometimes you're going to outgrow people. You're going to outgrow environments. You're going to outgrow situations. It just is what it is. But what I can never do is stop growing. Are there any narcissists right now in this live? Or have you ever been one before? Thank you for your truth. 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 Most beautiful thing in the world is just people that live in their truth. Just live in your truth. Thank you for your truth. Okay, let me ask you a different question. Type no if you have never been one before. For all of the people that said yes, thank you for your truth. Type no if you've never been one before. Let me see how many no's I get. No. 3. No. 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 A lot of no's. Unsure. Okay, that's a great answer. Unsure. Okay. Can I take I'll just chalk the nose up to you just lacking in awareness. I'll give you that, right? Let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Every single person on the face of this earth has been a narcissist at one point in time or another. You may not be one in this moment, but you have been one. Don't make me qualify it. I'll shine a light on you so bright it's going to scare you to death. Every single let me put my hand up first. Every single person breathing has been one at one point in time or another. Watch this. Every person, catch this. Catch this, please. Every person, before their spiritual awakening, again, before you become self-aware, I'm not talking about what you are after awareness. I'm talking about who you were before you ever knew what self-awareness was. When you were walking around out of your programming and conditioning, when you were walking around out of your ego personality, when you were walking around with that mask that you were wearing, when you were walking around with your persona and your reputation and all of those things. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm assuming you're going to tell me that you didn't have none of that going on either. That you just was walking around, you didn't have an ego, you didn't have a reputation, you didn't have a persona, you didn't have an identity, you didn't have any of that. That's what you're saying? You just had nothing. You was just hollow. Come on now. Living your truth. Every person before their spiritual awakening is a narcissist in their own way. Let me qualify it. How am I a narcissist, coach? Because we all want life to be the way that we want it to be in order for us to feel okay, in order for us to feel happy. You mean to tell me that you didn't want things to go the way you wanted them to go? You didn't want people to be a certain way for you? You didn't want people to love you a certain way? You weren't trying to control situations and control outcomes and all of those things? You didn't feel like you were the most important person? None of that was going on in your mind? We all want life to be the way we want it to be in order for us to feel okay. And when it's not, we suffer. Right? We punish others or ourselves for not living up to our expectations. You were placing expectations on people that your happiness was tied to. You had psychological contracts on all types of people. That's what the narcissist is doing. The only difference is that he's being honest or she's being honest about that's how they want life to be. You damn right I want life to be the way I want it to be. Why would I want it to not be the way I want it to be? If I'm thinking about myself, again, this is before you become awakened. You don't want to have to walk in no line and wait. You don't want to have to do this. No, you want things to be the way you want them to be. You want to control. You want to be in control. Right? And when you don't, you punish yourself. So if you don't know what a narcissist is, a narcissist is someone who feels entitled. You felt entitled. You wanted control. They want control. You wanted power. They want power. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. But the problem is that we want to place labels. We're so comfortable placing labels on everyone else. Oh, we're fine doing that. We just don't like to place the same labels on ourselves. Even though oftentimes the label that you place on someone else is a label that you should be carrying as well, or a label that you have carried before. But we don't want to talk like that because the ego never wants to be seen in a negative light. So you'll place all of those labels on everyone else. Comfortable doing it. Oh, you got people that do whole live streams now talking about narcissistic behavior. And he's a narcissist and she's a narcissist, doing a whole live stream on that. But it's not talking about the fact that they're one. You telling everyone else about themselves, but you're not saying how you are one. You place psychological contracts, whether you realize it or not. You place psychological contracts on other people. And when you place psychological contracts on other people, when you're placing the psychological contract on other people, you tie your happiness to that. Your happiness is tied to that person coming through for you and delivering whatever it is that you thought you needed from that person. You have psychological contracts on reality. You have psychological contracts on the traffic. You want the traffic to be clear and the freeway to be moved out of the way when you get on there. So we place all of these psychological contracts on people, on environments, on situations, and you tie your happiness to that. And when things don't live up to the psychological contract that you placed on that thing, you upset yourself. A master of self never places a psychological contract on anything outside of himself or outside of herself. All of the expectations are placed on me because I can count on me. I'm going to show up for me. I won't punish me if I don't come through. But the moment that I start placing psychological contracts on everyone else, wanting them to walk, act, talk, think, breathe the way that I want them to, wanting them to be in alignment with my computer's program, and anytime that they're out of alignment with my computer's program, I upset myself. I yell at that person. I call them an idiot, or you're stupid, or you're whatever the case may be, because they didn't live up to the expectation. People can't show up for themselves half the time. People have a hard enough time just going hard for themselves. People have a hard enough time loving themselves. People have a hard enough time believing in themselves without carrying the weight of your contracts that you've been placed on this person, needing them to be something for you so that you can give yourself permission to be happy. You got all of your power everywhere but where it needs to be, which is in your hands. Your job is not to control life. Your job is to experience it. I need God to control it. I need to experience it. You don't know what's happening right now? Come on, y'all. We got to turn the awareness up. You got to turn the awareness up. You are in a synergistic relationship with reality right now. And I can promise you, there's only 1% of the people on this live that even understand what I'm talking about. 1%. And the majority of them are all my students. 1%. You are in a synergistic relationship with reality right now. Whether you realize it or not, you're in the relationship. What does that mean? Where the 1 + 1 = 3. Where the combination of you and reality combined creates the experience. You give birth to the experience. Without reality, you can't do it. Without you, reality can't do it. When you and reality intersect, it creates a third thing. What's the third thing, coach? It's called the experience of your life. But when you give birth to the experience itself is neutral. It doesn't have the power to make you happy. It doesn't have the power to make you sad. The final step to that, after the synergistic relationship is created and you give birth to the experience, after that you attach meaning to it. That's where the drama lives. The drama doesn't start until you attach meaning to it, until you create a story about this particular experience. You're either going to create a positive story or you're going to create a negative one. Every moment in life gives you 2 opportunities, only 2, to create a story of peace or to create a story of pain. But you write the story. I said every moment in life gives you 2 options. That's how powerful you are. You can create a story of peace, or you can create a story of pain. But either way, you create the story. Every moment of your life, you are creating a story of peace, or you're creating a story of pain. Boom, next situation. I'm either getting ready to create a story of peace or I'm getting ready to create a story of pain. Boom, next situation. Why? Because it's all coming from the meaning that you give it. Reality is neutral. It's like, hey, what you want to do? It's like vanilla ice cream. I can pour strawberry on it. I can pour chocolate on it. I can put peanuts on it. Whatever I put on it is on me. Reality is like, I didn't ask you to put the strawberry here. I didn't ask you to put the chocolate here. I didn't ask you to put the whipped cream here. You created the experience. And now you complaining about the experience, but you created it. Man, you got to wake up. How are you complaining about a situation that you're creating? You're stuck in life because of the meaning that you're giving what's happening outside of you. That's what's blocking your motivation. It's blocking your inspiration. It's blocking your energy. It's creating the fear. It's creating the doubt. It's creating the worry. You're creating it all because you are the creator. That's how powerful you are. You create everything. You create the positive. You create the negative. You create it all. That's why awareness is so powerful. You don't know how powerful you are. That's the problem. The problem is not life. The problem is you don't know how powerful you are. Absolutely. 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 CMA, you can create the depression. It's all coming from you. It's all coming from you. You have to understand this. The present moment, which is what belongs to you, the depression is not coming from the present moment. You experience it in the present moment. That part I'll give you. But the depression is coming from some experience that happened in a previous moment that you won't let go of for whatever the reason. You have created some story in your mind about some previous experience, something that you don't like, something that's happening, and you continue to project that experience onto the present moment. You can only experience the depression in the present moment, but the depression is not actually in the present moment. Let me tell you how powerful the present moment is. Watch this. Your ego doesn't live in the present moment. You experience your ego in the present moment. Nothing wants to be in the present moment. Nothing wants to deal in the present moment like that. Why? Because God is in the present moment. Your ego don't want no smoke with that. So the only time that you can experience your ego is coming from some previous experience, some event, some situation, something, some identity that you cling to, that you continue to project on. Like when you're measuring your life against someone else's, or you're measuring your beauty against someone else, or you're measuring how handsome you are. All of those things are something that you've already experienced. And then when you see someone else, that's when your ego kicks in. So you project your ego onto the present situation. Whether you said, I have more money, or I've got a better car, or I've got this, or I've got that. You're so powerful that your ego can't even live in the present moment. Nothing can actually live in the present moment. Your depression can't live here. Your negative feelings can't live here. Your ego can't live here. Nothing can live in the present moment because it's where God lives. But what you can do is pull back from some previous experience and project it onto the present moment, which is what's creating the depression, which is what's creating your fear. Can't even live in the present moment. Nothing can live where God is. He is here in the present moment. He's not in some future moment. He's not in some previous moment. He's in this moment right here. And what you're doing to yourself is you're taking some previous experience that you've had. That's what's producing depression. You're taking some previous experience, what you've had. That's what's producing the fear. You're taking some previous experience that you've had and you're projecting that onto the present moment, meaning that you're reliving that experience. You can relive experiences in the present moment. Watch this. Where does the past live? The past doesn't live in this moment. So anytime that you're remembering the past, you're reactivating a memory trace that you project onto the moment. Where does the future live? The future doesn't live in this moment. You're projecting something onto the present moment. That's the only way you're able to experience the future. Everything is being projected onto this moment. And that's creating the emotional experience in you. Whether you're creating the depression, you're creating the fear, you're creating the doubt, you're creating the worry or the anxiety. It's all because you have not mastered your mind and you continue to project some previous experience onto the present moment. But God lives here. So the thing can't stay here. It can only experience the present moment because you invited it there. You are the one inviting everything into the present moment, but it is not a guest here. It is only a visitor. Your depression is a visitor. Your fear is a visitor. Your worry, anxiety, doubt, all of those things are only visitors. They can only visit the present moment because you invited it there. But without you, they can't be there. So you bring it all. The one ruining your moment is you, not the emotion, not the depression, but you inviting those things into your present moment. That's what's happening to you. That's what's happening to you. That's how powerful you are. You don't realize you need to understand. I'm only here to remind you. I'm not here to ask you to stop living your life a certain way or stop doing this or stop. I can't do that. I don't have the power to do that. what I do have the power to do is to bring, see, you're always in control of what you are aware of. But what you are not in control of is all of the things that you're blind to right now. My job is just to make sure that you're not blind to certain things that's blocking your awareness, that's blocking happiness's presence in your life, that's blocking because you don't realize what you're doing to yourself. That's why I say the problem does not exist outside of you. You are the only problem in your life. You don't have problems. There's only lessons and blessings in your life. But somebody has programmed and conditioned you. Someone has programmed and conditioned you. Someone has programmed and conditioned you to look at your life through filters called good or bad. That's how you look at your life. You got two filters that you look at your life through. It's either good or it's bad. There's no in the middle. And anytime that something is out of alignment with what you think should be happening in that moment, you call it bad. And when you call it bad, you release all of the negative feelings, not because the situation was bad, but because the meaning that you attached to the situation made it bad. The situation wasn't bad at all. And I can watch this right here. The suffering in your life, and when I say suffering, I'm talking about emotional or psychological. The suffering in your life is infinitely more important to you than all of the beautiful experiences you have ever had times 1 trillion. I said the suffering in your life, the things that you run from, all of the stuff that you're avoiding, the stuff that you suppress, the things that you don't want to deal with, the things that are causing you to turn down the volume in your voice, the things that are causing you to walk on eggshells, the things that are causing you to think that you're not worthy and not lovable and all of those things, all of that, the trauma, the failed relationships, the bad divorce and all of those things, all of the suffering in your life is infinitely more important to you than everything that you have ever called some beautiful experience, than all of the birthdays, all of the weddings, all of the babies being born, all of the things that you have ever witnessed or experienced in your life. Nothing is more valuable to you than your suffering. But somebody programmed and conditioned you. Why? Because suffering is the only thing that wakes up your eye. Suffering is the only thing that wakes up the spiritual being in you, either directly or indirectly, no other way. Birthday parties and going to the beach and going to the club will never wake you up. What wakes you up is the suffering. But you give it a negative meaning. You attach negative meaning to it. You don't understand that the suffering is what brings the growth. Suffering is what brings the growth. Nothing else. Nothing. But we running from it. Why? Because you're listening to somebody else. You're listening to someone else. That's why self-awareness is so important. You have to understand. Man, you got to understand what's going on. You are in a one-on-one relationship with God. It's just the two of you. Your problem, you're too busy looking at the world. You're looking at your life through the filters of the world. You're looking at your life through the filters of your family. You're looking at your life through the filters of your friends. So your vision is incorrect. But you got to change your vision. It's you and God. That's it. That's the team. And when he created you to be his asset. Period. You are a creator. You are a producer. You are the human manifestation of value. The only thing that you do is produce value. You're so powerful, you can create positive experiences and negative experiences for you and everyone around you. You can motivate people. You can inspire people. You can uplift people. You can change people. You can do anything you want to do. But what you cannot do any longer is punish yourself with doubt. It's punish yourself with yesterday's failures and mistakes. It's punish yourself for everything that you're not. You got to get out of that victim mentality and understand that you are the asset in your life. When he created you, he did not create you for your partner. He did not create you and thinking about, oh, one day she gonna meet this person. It was about you. Why? Because there's some gift, there's some talent, there's some skill, there's some ability in you that you are supposed to be bringing to the world. And every single person only gets to benefit from the experience called you. You are his experience. You are the asset. What do you mean somebody's disrespecting the asset? What do you mean someone's hurting the asset? What do you mean someone's abusing the asset? What do you mean someone's shrinking or devaluing the asset? You are the value. Why would value ever be around anything that doesn't reflect value back to you? So your mindset should be, oh, I'm going to be the coldest asset he ever created. Coldest. I'm going to be the coldest asset he ever created. I'm going to be the coldest. That's how you got to be looking at your life. It's like when you're driving down the freeway. When you're driving down the freeway, every single person on that freeway is doing their own thing. You in the car by yourself, this person's in the car by themselves. You got hundreds of people all on the freeway. Right? Walk through life like that. Stop looking at your life through the filters of your friends or through the filters of the world or through the filters of everything else, and understand that you are in a one-on-one synergistic relationship with God. It's just you and him. It's just the two of you. You came by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. What you want to do is build your self-awareness to such a degree where you have a one-on-one daily conversations with him. It's not about everyone else. Everyone else only gets to benefit from you. It's like when you go to the beach, you get to benefit from that. When you go out in nature, you get to benefit from that. You don't get to take nature home. When you go out to this mountain, you go see Mount Everest, you get to benefit from that. You don't get to take the mountain home. You go and have the experience and then you leave. People are going to meet you. They get to have the experience about you and then they get to leave. They don't get to possess the experience. They don't get to control the experience. They don't get to manipulate and abuse the experience. Take care of the asset. It's what you should be doing from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Build the experience called you. Take yourself to the gym. Take yourself to the seminars. Get yourself an accountability partner. Get yourself a coach if you can afford it. Build the asset called you. Time under tension. What does time under tension mean, coach? Time under tension means that I intentionally put myself in a state of isolation every single day where I meditate, where I pray, where I talk to God, where I focus on where I'm going, where I look at what's adding value to me, look at what's taking value away from me, and I act accordingly. Every single day I am building me because I am the experience. That's what they do to Disneyland every day. Every day they trying to figure out how to make Disneyland better. How to get you to stay a little bit longer, spend a little bit more money, enjoy yourself just a little bit more. That's how you should be looking at your life. How can I increase the experience called me? Hang on, you guys. Does that make sense? How can I increase the experience called me? That's what you should be focused on. We're so busy trying to give the experience away. You're trying to give the experience away to somebody who don't know who they are. No, you are the experience. Just like you got oceans, that's an experience. Right? You got the Grand Canyon, that's an experience. You got Mount Everest, that's an experience, right? You got all of these different places. These are experiences. You are an experience. Every single day you want to build that experience because when people encounter you, what's that experience like for them? See, you are blind to the way that people see you. That's what you don't understand. So when that person walks up to you for the very first time, they've never seen you before. You got to understand that when you walk outside, every time you walk outside, it's someone's first time ever seeing you. You're so desensitized to how you look and you're desensitized to the moment that the value that you bring to the moment because you're looking at yourself every day in the mirror. But you got to understand when you walk outside, it's someone's first time seeing you for the very first time. They're looking at you in wonder like, oh my God, what is that? You don't see you the way the world sees you. You are the experience. So what you want to do is become so powerful that when that person walks away from you, they have an experience with you that will change their life. Walked away transformed, walked away inspired, walked away motivated, not walked away feeling sorry for you. Because you moping around and not liking your life and thinking that something is wrong with you and you not loving yourself. They walked away feeling sad. No, when people meet me, they walk away lit, ready to run through a wall, feeling like they can go do anything. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to leave you better than I found you. That's your responsibility, to leave every single person that meets you specifically. You something that came straight from God, to meet every single person that meets you specifically. And when they walk away from you, they felt like they met him. It's your job, man. Every time I get on this live, I know it's someone's first time seeing me. I'm showing out for them. I'm going hard for them. I'm making sure that I'm representing God. So when I meet that person, just in case that person may be a little bit down, just in case they may be depressed that day, just in case they may not be inspired or may not be, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to give you something. I'm going to leave you better than I found you. That's a diamond hard fact. You will never get on this live with me and not walk away better than you were when you stepped into the live. I know that for sure. But that's because I'm always putting in the work on me. I'm not competing against anything. I'm competing against my edge. I'm competing against my potential. I'm competing against yesterday's version of me. I'm competing against the version of me that God created and that he saw in his mind. What did he see in me that maybe I don't see in myself? I'm chasing that. I'm trying to exceed his expectation to where he like, damn, my son went off. That's what this is all about. It's not about everybody else. Stop letting people control the experience. Stop letting them disrespect the experience. Stop letting them abuse the experience. This is kingdom mentality, man. Baddest thing on the planet is you. I said the baddest thing. He gave us one experience called you. How many of you guys, let's have another truth moment. How many of you guys have ever said to yourself, why would God let this happen to me? Who said that before? Just type me in the comments. Judgment-free zone. Don't worry about it. How many of you guys have said to yourself at least one time, why did God let this happen to me? Somebody said, it's happening for you, not to you. I love that. Because that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Okay. This question assumes that the suffering you've experienced is a bad thing. That's the problem. I said this question assumes that the suffering you've received is a bad thing. That's the problem. It's not a bad thing at all. Someone who lacked self-awareness convinced you to look at your life through a good or a bad filter. You either saying it's good or you saying something is bad. And when you're saying something is bad, you're attaching a negative meaning to the thing that you're saying is bad. When you attach the negative meaning, you release the depression, you release the unhappiness, you release all of those things. Why? Because the secret to life is meaning and emotion. That's the secret to life, meaning and emotion. I would get rid of everything for those two things. If God said, son, you can only have two things, I would take those two things. I wouldn't want anything else. I would take those two things. I wouldn't want anything else. The secret to life is meaning and emotion. Why? Because meaning unlocks emotion. Meaning unlocks emotion. The meaning that you give to things unlocks the emotion, not the thing, not the situation, not your circumstances, just the meaning. Just the meaning. Everything in life is PTG. It's all PTG. Most beautiful thing in the world. It's all PTG. All of it. All of it. But when you're dealing with people that don't know what self-awareness is, they're just telling you what they heard someone else say. Right? It's all PTG. What is PTG? Just in case you don't know. Just in case you don't know. PTG is post-traumatic growth. Post-traumatic growth. What does that mean? It means that we grow through what we go through in life. Which means what? Which means that if the positive experiences that you've had in life lead to joy and happiness, and if the painful experiences lead to growth, because you don't grow from the positive experiences that you've had in life. You can go to Disneyland every day of your life, and I can promise you, you won't grow 1 inch from going to Disneyland. And that's the most beautiful place on the planet, as far as just thrills and kicks and games. So you don't grow from the positive experiences. You grow from the adversity. You grow from the problems. You grow from the failed relationships. You grow from the trauma. And when you combine those two, the combination of the positive experiences coupled with the negative experiences, right, leads to you becoming the most powerful version of yourself. So if the positive experiences lead to happiness and if the painful experiences lead to growth, that can only mean that everything that happens to you is happening to you for your good. Science will tell you that. Think about what I'm saying. If the positive experience, this is not a play on words, it's not philosophy here. It's not psychology here. If the positive experiences in your life lead to joy and happiness, okay, we get that. Put that over here. And if the painful experiences in life lead to growth, that can only mean that when you combine the two, that means that everything that's happening to you is happening to you for your good. This over here gives me happiness. This over here gives me growth. What's my problem? I've been attaching negative meaning to the thing that I call suffering, to the thing that I call my problems, to the thing that I call the failed relationship. I'm attaching a negative meaning, which means that I don't see the value in the thing. I don't see the value in the thing because the meaning kept me blind. I blinded myself. I wasn't self-aware, coach. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be doing that. You're growing through everything in life. But God made you to be so powerful, he gave you the ability to give meaning to the thing. The thing didn't hurt you. The meaning you gave the thing is what hurt you. Man, you got to catch that. You got to catch that. If you don't catch that, man. If you don't catch that, I don't know how to serve it up any better than that. It's not the thing that hurts you. It's the meaning that you attach to the thing. That's what hurt you. The story that you created about the thing hurt you. Not the thing. The thing is powerless. It only has the power that you gave it. Again, every time that something doesn't align with the story that you've created in your mind about how you think things should be, you punish yourself. Let me say that one more time. Here you are, boom, God's best and highest creation. You're walking through life. You have some story, but you also have your programming and conditioning. And so your programming and conditioning are the filters that you use to see the world. You're not seeing reality. You're only seeing your thoughts about reality. Catch that. Please catch that. Please catch that. As you're walking through life, you have programming and conditioning. That's why self-awareness is about getting rid of your programming and conditioning. Because when you're walking through life with your programming and conditioning, you're not seeing the world as it is. You're not seeing reality as it is. You're seeing it as you are. You're seeing it through all of your previous experiences that you continue to project onto the present moment. Project onto the present moment. Project onto the present moment. So you're blocking yourself from being able to get the concentrated version of the present moment. You're getting a watered down version. You're getting an altered version, not the truth. Why do you think that's so important? Come on, y'all, we right there. Why do you think that's so important? Because God is there. That's why you want to drop it. You're walking around with a concept in your mind about what you think he is. Why? Because it's coming from your programming and conditioning. So you're looking for him through some concept that someone deposited in your mind. Or some concept that came from some book somewhere that you've been studying and reading. So you created a concept. Well, what's the problem with that, coach? No, reality doesn't fit into a concept. You don't fit into a concept. Nothing fits into a concept. And God, most importantly, will never fit into your concept. You got a story in your mind about who you think he is, how you think he looks, how you think he's going to show up in your life. That's what's blocking you. Let me qualify that. If I tell you to go outside, hand you the keys to my car, and I tell you to go outside and find the blue car. Yeah, run to my car. You say, what color car is it? The car is blue. What is the powder blue? Is it sky blue? Is it, midnight blue? What color blue is it, coach? I just tell you it's blue. You out here looking. I programmed your mind. You just looking for blue. I programmed your mind to only see things a certain way. So when you go outside, there's a powder blue car, there's a light blue car, there's a sky blue car, there's all of these different shades of blue. So the moment that I do that, I blinded you in that moment. Now you're just looking for one thing specific. You don't know what kind of car you're really looking for. That's what's happening to us. The moment that you put that concept in your mind and you're walking through life, that's why you have to set your programming and conditioning down. Because the moment that I set my programming and conditioning down, the first thing I have to do is this. What does the programming and conditioning give me the ability to do? What is it going to allow me to do? The moment I set my programming and conditioning down, I'm deep diving in me. I'm finding him in me first. Because if I don't find him in me, I'll never find him outside of me. If you don't find him in you, which is where he's been the entire time, if you don't find him within, you will never find him without. I don't care where you look. I don't care who you talk to. I don't care how many pastors you speak to. I don't care how many times you pray. It doesn't matter. If you don't find him within first, you will never find him without. Why is that important? Because you have to understand that you represent a unique extension of him. And the version of him that you experience, I've never experienced. I will never experience the version of him that you experience. That's why I said in the beginning of the live, you're in a one-on-one relationship with him. Whatever's happening with me and him has nothing to do with you. Whatever's happening with you and him has nothing to do with your significant other, has nothing to do with your neighbor, has nothing to do with anyone else. You are in a one-on-one relationship with him. You got to find him within first. When I find him within, I'll see him everywhere else. But if I'm borrowing someone else's concept, if I'm borrowing someone else's beliefs, If I allowed someone to program me with what their experience was, their experience will never be mine. That's why I'm saying to you, you got to wake up. That's why self-awareness is so important. Sit down your programming and conditioning. Sit down your assumptions about people. Sit down all of the judgment and all of the racism and all of the stuff that we've been programmed to see the world through so that you can see your Father for the very first time. He's all around you like the tiny fish in the ocean, but you can't see him because A, you're not awakened yet, and B, because you have some concept of him. And it's your concept of him that's keeping you blind to what and who he really is. You'll never see him through your concept. I don't care how hard you look. I don't care how many Bibles you read. I don't care how many Bible studies you go to. If you don't find him within, you'll never find him without, ever. Ever. And then put a million more evers behind that. When you think about a tree, think about what I'm saying. When you think about a tree, okay, don't hang on to the metaphor too tight because if you do, you miss the point. When you think about a tree, let's just picture in your mind the biggest apple tree you've ever seen. When you walk up to this apple tree, God's the tree. But all of those apples on that tree have their own unique space. They're all connected to the tree. All come from this one source, right? But they're all different. Different branches, different this, different that. Everything is different, but it's all the same. It's all connected to the one. Okay, that's you. So you got to understand that what's happening with this apple has nothing to do with you. You listening to this person over here talk about what's happening with their life, that has nothing to do with you. That won't unlock you. Listening to me preach to you about God, even though I never would. What I'm telling you about is what's happening in you. But listening to me preach to you about what my relationship is with him will never unlock you. You got to go and find him within yourself first. Then you become unlocked. Then your glasses are clear. You're walking through life with windows that are wet from the rain and the storm. And then you trying to change everything outside of you. No. Clean your glasses first. Go inside first. Find him within, and then you will find him without. And when you find him within, you'll never listen to anyone else. You won't want to follow anyone else because you will understand that their experience of him has nothing to do with you. But what you will also understand is that you're spiritually connected with that person. You are energetically connected with that person. You guys come from the same tree. Watch this. The entity in you right now is the same as the entity in me. And if I were to take the two of us and we go to Madison Square Garden right now, every single person that you would see, that entity that's looking out at the world in that moment is the same as the entity in you. The difference is the programming and conditioning. Your programming and conditioning is what causes us to differ. We differ from others only in what we do or what we don't do, but not in what we are. You differ from the homeless person only in what you do or what you don't do, but not in what you are. You differ from the criminal only in what you do or what you don't do, but not in what you are. Not in what you are. Which is why we don't judge. It's the number one reason why you don't judge. We differ based upon what we do or what we don't do, but just not in what we are. So I can't be judging you. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. That's why it's the greatest gift to mankind. Self-awareness is the greatest gift to mankind. Hands down. Greatest gift. Because it's the only gift that'll unlock what's already inside of you. Nothing else will unlock what's inside of you. Psychology won't. Philosophy won't. Religion won't. Quantum physics won't. Nothing will. Only self-awareness will. It's the only thing that will unlock what's already inside of you. I don't give a damn how many books you read. If you're not studying self-awareness, it won't unlock what's inside of you. That's the only way. You got to unlock him within first, because I can't see him until I set down my concepts, until I set down my judgment, until I set down all of my prejudices, until I set down my assumptions, until I set my programming and conditioning down. He will never allow you to see him as long as you're walking around with your racism, as long as you're walking around with your assumptions, as long as you're walking around with your judgment. You think he's going to give you the ability to see him and you're not seeing the world correctly? You're seeing the world but based upon how someone programmed and conditioned you to see it, where you're judging everyone and you're projecting your unhealed versions of yourself. You got to do the work on yourself. You have to earn that. You earn that. I put in the work. I earned that. What's something I just was given. I just wake up this version of myself. I went hard every single day. He knows that. So I earned that. I had to climb that mountain. And as I was climbing the mountain, I got so high up the mountain, I started to look to the left. I looked to the right. I didn't see a lot of people on that mountain. I didn't see a lot of people on that mountain. As I'm climbing up that mountain, called me, and I'm looking to the left and I'm looking to the right. I don't see a lot of people up there. There's not a lot of people. There's people at the bottom of the mountain pretending that they're at the top. Pretending that they're at the top because they've read some book and they've recorded that information to memory and they can spit that to you and cite this and cite that. Not a lot of people at the top of that mountain. I can go for 5 hours straight just talking about self-awareness and how you get there. I don't need to study anything. I don't need to read anything because I am the thing. I became self-awareness. It's not something that you study. It's something that you become. You don't study the book. You become the book. You don't study self-awareness. You become it. You embody it. If you're just studying it and you're just reading it occasionally, you'll never become self-aware. It's not something that you practice. It's not something that you study. It's something that you become. I became it. I'm embodied. I'm more it than I am anything else. That makes sense? Let me give you guys something else real quick before I get out of here. Yeah. Silver CEO, you said something right there. Yeah, self-awareness, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. So I'm like, yeah, coach, I study self-awareness from time to time. You're not there. You're going to be studying for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle. That part right there, Tart. Yep, choose your heart. It's a lifestyle, hands down. It's a lifestyle. This is important right here. Let me give you guys this real quick. This is like super important right here. If I were to put a pencil, a dog, and a sock in front of you, pencil, dog, sock, and if I were to ask you, which one are you? You got the pencil here, you got the dog, you got the sock. Which one are you? Right? You would say none in that moment. You'd look at me like I was crazy. Watch where I'm going with this. You'd look at me like I was crazy in that moment. Because in that moment, I snapped you back into reality. Right? Which oftentimes we're living out of the 50-50 zone. You're either living out of the past or you're living out of the future. But very rarely are we in the present moment. And in that moment, you are fully present. So you realize that you are none of those things. You are the one witnessing the things, right? Watch this. This is your first wake-up call right now. You would realize in that moment that you are none of those things. You are the one witnessing the things. Anything that you observe is not you. Anything that you can observe is not you. Including your reflection that you see in the mirror. Anything that you can observe is not you. Watch where I'm taking you with this. You are the one witnessing the things. Your fear is not you. Your loneliness is not you. Your anger is not you. Your depression is not you. You are the one aware of all of those things, but the one that is so intelligent that you realize that you are not those things. One more time. Anything that you can observe, you are not. Like a flashlight shining on a diamond, the light is never what it shines on. The light is never what it shines on. The light is never what it shines on. You are the light. You are never what you shine on. Wake up. You are never what you shine on. You are the light that shines on everything, but you are not the thing that your light shines on. Watch this. Sometimes you shine your light on the past. That produces the depression. Sometimes you shine your light on what's missing from your life. That produces the unhappiness. Sometimes you shine your light on God. That unlocks the unconditional love. Wherever you shine your light, you illuminate that thing. When you shine it on the past, you create the depression. When you shine it on the present moment, you unlock God. When you shine it on the future, you unlock anxiety. Wherever you shine your light, you are the light. That's how powerful you are. And wherever you shine your light, energy flows to that thing immediately. Wherever you shine your light, you give meaning to that thing. You give power to that thing. You illuminate the thing. Hang on, you guys. I got somebody trying to join my live right now. One more time. Like a flashlight shining on a diamond, the light is never what it shines on. The light is never what it shines on. Wake up. Wake up. Sometimes you shine your light on the past. That's what produces the depression. Sometimes you shine your light on what's missing from your life. That's what produces the unhappiness. Sometimes you shine your light on God. That's what produces the unconditional love. It's where you're shining your light that your energy is flowing. Because energy flows where the light shines. Energy flows where the light shines, but you're just the light. Your light should always shine on the present moment because that's where God is. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. You are not the thing that your light shines on. You are not the thing that your light shines on. You're just the light. However, you learn from the things that your light shines on. That's what's important. You learn from the things that you shine your light on. So that failed relationship, you're supposed to be learning from that. That person that walked out of your life, you're supposed to be learning from that. The light only learns. You can't hurt the light. You can walk outside right now and start swinging at the sunshine. You won't hurt the light. That's how God created you. No one can hurt the light. What's hurting the light is the meaning that you give to the experiences. What's hurting the light is the story that you create in your mind about the thing. But nothing on this planet is powerful enough to touch that light. You can go outside right now, and I promise you, you can't hurt the sun's light. You are God's light. Nothing can hurt you. What's hurting you is the meaning that you attach to the thing that you shine your light on. What's hurting you is when you shine your light on yesterday. What's hurting you is when you shine your light on tomorrow and all of those things, because you take your light off of God when you do that. Anytime that you step outside of the present moment, you're taking your light off Him. Your light should be on Him the whole time. You ain't got time to be worried about yesterday. You don't have time to be focused on tomorrow. You You don't have time to be giving all of these negative meanings to what's happening in your life. Shine your light on God. Stop shining your light on what you don't want. Stop shining your light on the people that abuse you. Stop shining your light on the people that disrespect you and on the people that hurt you and on the people that don't value you. You are the one shining the light on them. They can't take your light and make your light hit them without your permission. It's all coming from you. But you are the light. And whatever you shine that light on, energy flows to that thing immediately. And when your energy flows to that thing, you attach meaning. When you attach meaning, you unlock the experience. When you unlock the experience, you create the story. And that's what hurts you. Come on, man. You too powerful for this. You too powerful. Nothing on this planet, I don't give a damn what you call. You can go group everybody. There's nothing can hurt the light. Nothing. Only the light can hurt itself. Put that in the comments right now. Only the light can hurt itself. Only the light can hurt itself. No thing outside of you can hurt the light. Only the light can hurt itself. Come on, man. Only the light can hurt itself. Nothing else. Nothing else. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. Only the light can hurt itself. Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. That's how beautiful you are. I understand you may not be there yet. I understand you may not be there yet. I also understand this. We're all doing life for the first time. Give yourself some grace, but walk through life from this moment moving forward. Understand, if you don't understand anything else, coach, I'm the light. I said I'm the light. And the only thing that can hurt the light is me. Where should my light be focused? On God. I don't need to focus my light on the problems because I illuminate the problems. I don't need to focus my light on tomorrow because I illuminate tomorrow and then create my worry, stress, and anxiety. I don't need to focus my light on yesterday because then I unlock the depression. I need to keep my light locked in and focus on God. And when I do that, I unlock the unconditional love. I unlock my happiness. I'm in the present moment. I'm standing in truth. No more pretending with my life, pretending to be happy, pretending to like my significant other, pretending that my relationship is better than I really say it is. No, start focusing on the fact that we're walking around being more concerned with how our life looks than how it feels to us. Whatever it is you're feeling, right? Something in your environment, something that you are shining your light on no longer works for you. So when that energy goes to that thing and it comes back to you, it's giving you a negative meaning. And when it gives you the negative meaning, in that moment, you unlock the experience, you unlock the negative emotions in that moment. No, we have to become masters at removing what no longer works for us. Things just have to go, right? Because subtraction is addition. Subtraction is addition. You don't need to add more things to your life. You need to subtract the things from your life that no longer add value to you, and then your value increases. So we start with subtraction first, and then we can get to addition. But let's get through the subtraction part first, because that's how you become the coldest version of you. Baddest thing walking is you. You are the light. Focus on where you're giving your light today. Focus on what you're shining your light on today. You're shining it on something. You shining it on something today. When you leave this life, you are going to shine that light on something. Understand that the moment you shine that light, the light also being a metaphor for your attention. You're placing your attention on things. Wherever you're placing your attention, that energy is flowing. You are source energy. That energy flows through everything. Wherever you're placing your attention, the energy goes there immediately. And because your brain is a pattern matching machine, it's looking at that thing and it's trying to match the pattern. When it goes to match the pattern, your brain is always looking at what's a threat to you, what's adding value to you, what's taking value away from you. It's always looking at that. So anytime that you got things in your life that no longer add value to you, like dead batteries in the remote, you got to remove the batteries. You don't hang on to the batteries and try to jumpstart the batteries and try to get them. No, when the batteries are dead, the batteries are dead. Meaning when the relationship is over, it's over. When you've hit its expiration date on certain things, it just is what it is. But you have to always be the value. Remember that you are the human manifestation of value. Value should only be attached and connected to other things that represent value. Value should never be clinging and hanging on to something that is devaluing the value. We got to stop doing that. Got to stop doing that. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. Thank you so much for being on. Hopefully I left you better than I found you. Hopefully I left you better than I found you. For those of you guys that don't know, my name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery. I specialize in helping people to become the baddest versions of themselves, the most powerful versions of themselves. I'm a force multiplier, right? Which means that when I look at you, I'm only focused on who you are becoming. Who you were yesterday, I don't even want to know about that. The mistakes and the failures, I don't want to know about that. The failed relationships, I don't want to know about that. Why? Because we can't extract value from that. Right? The only thing that we can do is focus on where we are right now and where we want to go. That's the whole mission. That's the whole purpose. Where are we now and where are we going? The moment we start talking about what was and this didn't happen, we're wasting time and energy, right? So you have to start focusing on where you are in this moment and where you want to go next. That's the only thing that matters. And I need you to understand this. Some of you guys are stuck in life because there are decisions that you need to make that you haven't made. The heaviest things in life are not iron and stone. The heaviest things in life are unmade decisions. You got some decisions that you need to make in life, and that's what's keeping you stuck. Decisions to leave that relationship that you claim is toxic. Decisions to leave that job that's making you unhappy. Decisions to do certain things that you haven't done. There are decisions that you need to make because the life that you want lives on the opposite side of the decisions that you refuse to make. Make the decision. Nothing is more powerful than the decision, because the moment you make the decision, your life changes in that moment. You may not see the results in that moment, but your life is already changing in that moment when you make the decision to leave the toxic relationship, when you make the decision to leave the job, when you make the decision to stop drinking and to stop smoking. Your life starts changing right then. Right? All of the results and benefits may come later, but your life changes in that moment. Make the decision, because you are the chief decision maker for your life. No one else can make the decision but you. If you don't like the channel that your life is on right now, change the channel. Don't complain about the channel. You holding the remote. Change the channel. Whatever it is you don't like that's playing out on the movie screen called your life, you're holding the remote. Change the channel. But if you don't change the channel, then you're choosing the program that you're watching. Change the channel. Or change the one that's holding the remote. You got two choices. Either change the channel or change the person holding the remote. Make sense? All right. So again, my name is Jordan Williams. I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness. How powerful are you ready to be? The book is a bestseller. It is a game changer. It has changed and transformed people's lives all over the world on a level that I can't even, mind-blowing. But type me in the comments real quick if you are not a part of my Mindset Masters community. Type me in the comments right now if you are not a part of my Mindset Masters community. And this is not the Mindset Masters community, just so you guys know. Okay. So real quick, so Mindset Masters community is just like what you're seeing right now, right? It's just this on steroids. If you like this, you're going to absolutely love the Mindset Masters community. Actually, we went live inside of the community last night. It was phenomenal, the live stream, because I do exclusive live streams inside of the community for all of the members in what we call family inside of the community. But anyways, the Mindset Masters community is just that, right? Where I'm going to teach you how to master your mindset. Why is that important? Because all of the problems you create, the fear you create, the depression you create, the worry, anxiety, stress, it's all being created by you. It's all the byproduct of your programming and conditioning being projected onto the present moment. What's hurting you right now more than anything else, what produces the majority of your suffering is your thinking. Why? Because your thinking is everything that you've already experienced. And so what you end up doing, unbeknownst to you, is you attach something old onto something new. The present moment is something new. It only needs you to witness. It doesn't need you to think. It needs you to take action. But what happens is that when we encounter some new opportunity or some situation, what we end up doing is we attach something old, our thinking, onto something new. And when you attach something old onto something new, you contaminate what's new. Now what's new looks reflective of something that you've already experienced, even though the thing that you're experiencing in that moment is something that you have never experienced. So you meet this person, you're like, oh, they remind me of my ex. They don't remind you of your ex. You took something from that your ex had done in the past, and you attach that to this person, and now your mind is seeing that person the same way that they see your ex. You have to understand what you're doing to yourself. You don't see that? You don't see the problem with that? Same way when you walk outside right now. If you walk outside right now, and if you look at a cloud for 60 seconds, just 60 seconds. You go outside and you look at the cloud for 60 seconds. I can promise you, in that moment, that cloud, you're going to start to see faces in the cloud, and you might see a dog in the cloud. You might see a unicorn in the cloud. You might see something in the cloud. Even though that thing is not there. There's nothing in the cloud. There's no dog. There's no unicorn. There's no nothing. Why? Because your brain is a pattern matching machine. So when it looks up in that cloud, it's going to find something old and attach it to something new and make you think that you're seeing something that's really not there. Okay, well, that's what's happening to you in real time. So when you're experiencing life and you're walking through life, your brain is grabbing something old and attaching it to the present moment, making you think that you're having some experience that you've already had, but you haven't. You are hurting yourself. All of the depression, all of the fear, all of the worry, all of the anxiety is coming because you keep reliving experiences, attaching old experiences to new experiences, remixing that experience, and then you're coming up with a reading that's inaccurate in that moment. You got to wake up. That's why awareness is so powerful. That's why awareness is so powerful. Why? Because the self-aware person is not living out of their programming and conditioning. They're experiencing each moment of their life with present moment freshness. I want to experience this moment with no carryover from some previous moment. That's what you got to understand. Knowledge is not self-awareness. Your degrees, your PhDs and your MDs and your BAs are not self-awareness. Wisdom is not self-awareness. Information is not self-awareness. Only self-awareness is self-awareness. You either have it or you don't. So I don't care how many degrees you have. It has nothing to do with self-awareness, okay? It's important that religion is not self-awareness. It's important that we understand that and to make that distinction. So that's what I teach: self-awareness, self-mastery, emotional intelligence at the highest level. And the combination of those three is going to unlock a version of you that's going to blow your mind. So you guys are going to get me as your life coach, get me as your accountability partner. You're going to get me as your force multiplier. You're going to have access to all of my live streams because they're all archived inside of the community. You're going to have access to my podcast, which is all archived inside of the community. I write every single day, post things inside of the community on self-awareness, self-mastery, and emotional intelligence and relationship mastery. And you're also going to receive a copy of my book, The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? There's a reason why there's a 3 right there for you guys that don't know. The 3 is critically important, but you're going to receive a copy of the book as well. So if you're ready to take your life to the next level and take me on as your coach and truly transform yourself, just type me in the comments right now. But do not type me in the comments if you're not serious about taking your life to the next level, please. So just what you guys, so in all of that, you guys get all of that for $1 a day, right? Everything that I just highlighted is $1 a day, no contracts, no obligations, $1 a day, literally $29 a month. You're $29 a month away from changing your entire life. Look at it through that filter. So what I want you to do is copy and paste that link. Hold that link down right there that says Mindset Masters Co. Hold that link down for a few seconds. Put that link inside of your browser. It's going to take you to the sign up page. When it takes you to the sign up page, it's going to take you like 60 seconds to get signed up. And then you're inside of the community and then you're ready to go. Again, copy, hold that link down, put it inside of your browser, right? And then it's going to take you to the sign up page. Once it takes you to the sign up page, you're ready to go. I mean, the value that you're going to get out of this community is mind-blowing. My students don't have to go to the therapist anymore. My students aren't on these medications anymore for antidepressants and all of these things. My students don't have to go to the psychiatrist, and some of my students were going for 10 years, 15 years. Different things like that. All of that's over. No more medications, no more therapists, no more psychiatrists, no more nothing. Over. The awareness changes everything because you're already the answer. You're the answer to everything you've been looking for. The answer is not outside of you. You are the answer. You're the cure. You're the medicine. You're everything. You are the answer to your own life. Nobody knows you better than you. And once you become self-aware, and I'm going to teach you how to do it, it's game over. It's game over. Yeah, you're the problem and the solution. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. You're the problem and the solution. But don't look at the suffering that you've experienced in life as a negative thing. No matter what's happened to you, do not look at the suffering that you've experienced in life as a negative thing. Again, don't worry. Struggle's a good thing. I'm glad that you're struggling. I'm happy for you to tell me that you're struggling. Wonderful. Because 60 days from now, that is not the conversation that you'll be having with me. 60 days from now, you'll be telling me, Coach, how do I turn the volume down? I'm becoming too powerful. That's what you will tell me. So I'm happy that you struggle. I like to meet people that's struggling. I like to meet people that's going through it. I like to meet people that were going to the therapist, that are going to the psychiatrist. You're running out of answers. You're running out of some, you can't figure out like how to get to the next thing. That's where I want to meet you. I want to meet you right there. If you at rock bottom, we really getting ready to turn up if you at rock bottom. If you tired of being tired, I need you. Rock bottom is a beautiful place. The only thing wrong with it is the meaning that you're attaching to it. Rock bottom is a beautiful place. I'd rather you be at rock bottom than up at the top, to be honest with you. Because if you up at the top, you're really not ready yet. Rock bottom means that I'm really looking for an answer. I'm looking for a solution. I'm looking for something different because I understand that the way that I've been moving through life, I won't get to where I want to be, being the person or the version of myself that I am right now. Rock bottom, cliff top. Rock bottom, cliff top. You got to know about rock bottom, cliff top. You got to know about rock bottom, cliff top. They're the same. They're the same. They are the same. You got to understand that. Rock bottom, cliff top, bad boy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm glad you thought that everything is relatable. Yeah. Again, today was just all about awareness. Today was all about awareness. That's why I wanted to but just remember, you're the light. Yeah, Twinkle, join the community. Join the community. You're going to love it. She's going to love it. You're going to love it. It's all family in the community. No negative energy, judgment-free zone. You guys are going to grow. You guys are going to grow on a level that's going to blow your mind. I'm not even doing it justice. I'm being honest with you right now. I'm not even doing it justice. It's this on steroids. I'm not even doing it justice. And I go live inside of the community exclusively, but all of the live streams like this, so you can take your time, you can take notes, write down, you know what I'm saying? Like I've got members of my community that have notes this big, literally, of all the things that I've written. Like it's crazy. Crazy. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. More everything you need to transform your life is in the community. And you have access to me around the clock. All right. Any other questions regarding the community before I disconnect you guys? Any other questions regarding the community before I disconnect from the live? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, you guys. It's my pleasure. Oh, you just got in? Awesome, awesome. So yeah, so to get the book, so if you want a physical copy of the book, you can get it on Amazon, right? If you want a physical copy of the book, you can get it on Amazon. But if you want, but if you're signing up in the community, you can get the book today. And what's crazy is the book in the community is the same price. The book is $29. Don't quote me on that. I don't even talk about the book as much as I should be talking about it. But the book is $29, and your first month in the community is $29. So when you sign up in the community, you get the book free. Or if you buy the book, you're gonna get the community free. You're getting value. You're already winning. You're already ahead. Just getting signed up today, you're already ahead. You're already winning. Just getting signed up today, you're already winning. Because you're getting your $29 right back. So you're signing up for the community. You're getting the book for free. The community and the book are the same price. So when you sign up for the community, you just got your money right back. You got the whole month to test drive the community. And at the end of that month, you're going to be like, Coach, this is the best investment I've made. You're going to already be someone else by the time you even get to the end of that month. It's a win-win. You can't lose. Oh, the title in the 3. Yeah, so the title in the 3, so you just so you guys can see. The title, that 3 right there. How many of you guys know what that means already? Let me see where you guys are in awareness. Who knows what the 3 means? Let me see. One of my students better jump out here and say it. Somebody said Trinity. Somebody said me, myself, and I, 3 steps to awareness. Monica said 3 steps to awareness. 3 levels of power of 3. Come on, Neffy. Man, I'm finna come get you in the space shuttle right now. Go out, walk to the gas station at the corner of your house. Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Neffy be coming out of nowhere. Neffy be coming, yeah, walk to that Quickie Mart at the corner of your house real quick. I'm coming in the space shuttle. Tell them to clear out the parking lot. Get me a strawberry soda and a peach one too. But yeah. So the 3, right? The 3 in the book, right? It stands for synergistic relationships. When I put that 3 there, it was all about synergistic relationships. Is literally is the only way that the world can change. The only way that the world can change is through synergistic relationships. What does that mean? Where the 1 + 1 and the combination of those 2 equals 3. Now, the mathematician would tell you, well, Coach, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 3. Yes, in mathematics, it doesn't. In awareness, it does. Because when Monica and I come together, we create a third thing. And when we create the third thing becomes more powerful than both of its individual parts. When Neffy and I come together, or when Tara and I come together, the combination of those 2 spiritual beings coming aligned in that moment creates a third thing, right? And when it creates the third thing becomes more powerful than both of its individual parts. Every single person on this live in this moment is a 3. Your mother, your father, and the combination of the 2 created you, right? You are the third thing. Every single person on this live is a third thing. So when you Google the number 3, it's divine. 3 is a divine number. And so if you're in a relationship right now, it should be a synergistic relationship where you and your partner and the combination of you 2 unlocks the happiness, unlocks the love, unlocks the kids, unlocks the businesses, unlocks the houses, unlocks the assets and the cars and all of those things. How are we unlocking anger? How are we unlocking pain? How are we unlocking frustration and unhappiness? Come on, man. How are we unlocking all of the negative things when we were created and designed to unlock the positive? So if you're not in a synergistic relationship right now, you're in the wrong relationship. See, you have unilateral relationships, you have bilateral relationships. You've got to understand that you need bilateral relationships in your life. You cannot have any more unilateral relationships that only favor one person in the relationship and the other person is just riding the coattails of this person, listening to what they say, and I don't want you to do this, and I don't want you to do that, all of this control and manipulation going on. No, you have to have synergistic relationships in your life, period. All of my relationships, my life changed when I did that. That's why I put that there. That's significant because every relationship that I have is spiritually aligned with me. All of them. Every single relationship. Every person I connect with, we create a third thing. That's more powerful than the individual parts. It's more powerful than that. Right now, we're creating a third thing right now. We're creating an experience. If you look, don't look at the whole live. Look at yourself. The combination of me and you, we're unlocking something in your mind. We're unlocking something in your spirit. We're unlocking something in your essence, in your being, and all of those other things like that. Things are becoming unlocked in you. But you couldn't have done it without me, and I couldn't have done it without you. Okay, look at your life that way. Every single person that you add to your life, it should be a synergistic relationship, meaning something greater got unlocked in you. You shouldn't have